Welcome back to another episode of Drink Tales. And we're back from New Orleans. And of course, we brought with us the Legendre Ojen. Yep. So, you know how we usually do, and with the Ojen, it's no exception. We are going to be making an original cocktail today using the Ojen. What you got? So I'm gonna start with the mojito as my base and change some stuff up from there because I did my research, as it were, and there aren't a lot of cocktails out there for Ojen because every time you type in Ojen cocktails, it's gonna say the Ojen cocktail. Like, oh, I'm sorry, it's pronounced Ojen.
Ojen? Okay.
Yeah.
The more you know.
But you only get like Ojen, the Ojen cocktail, which is like the signature drink for this particular spirit.
Okay.
But there are a few cocktails out there. One of them was really interesting. It's their version of pina colada.
Okay.
But like there's a lot more stuff in it. And something I did notice when looking this up, they don't use the Ojen as heavily in those cocktails as they do the signature cocktail. And I can see why. This stuff is overwhelmingly sweet. Like almost to a cloying, to a degree of cloying, being so cloying. I said that word like 8 times. I don't know if I use it in the right context, but you guys know what I mean. Like it can be off-putting.
Right.
Someone on our last video asked if this was similar to like Uzu or Sambuca, and the answer is yes.
Okay.
It's just that this has a lower ABV, a alcohol by volume, I believe is how you say that. It has a lower ABV and it's way sweeter. So we're gonna go in that similar route with my cocktail, and I'm not gonna use as much of it than I would anything else.
Okay.
With that being said, we're gonna start off with the juice of half a lime, and I'm gonna add some of my mint, just a few leaves. And here's the thing: if you guys wanna muddle this, feel free to do so. I'm not going to muddle it. I'm just gonna shake and let the shaking break up the mint for me. And we're gonna use a simple syrup, but it's not any simple syrup. We're doing a cinnamon simple syrup.
Okay.
And we're gonna do half an ounce of that. And the reason I'm using cinnamon simple syrup is because I wanna pull the notes of cinnamon from one of the spirits that we're using. And it goes well with anise flavors.
Okay.
So this should work right together with the Ojen. Okay. Next up, I guess we'll start off with our spirit, which will be 10-1 rum. And we're using a dark rum because if you smell it, you're going to get that hint of cinnamon. So, and I figured that would go well with the mixture that we have. So we're gonna do 1.5 ounces. And then we're gonna do our 1/2 ounce or 1/4 ounce, depending on how much of this you can take of the Ojen.
Okay.
you are the star of the show, you will sit right there. Now we're gonna add our ice and shake. Mint, cinnamon, and anise are complementary flavors, which is why I put together the ingredients that I did.
Okay.
Why add more ice? Just to fill up the glass.
Okay.
We're gonna throw our garnish on there, which is a mint.
And that's it?
Interesting.
So let's see what we got. Well, the Ojen definitely comes up.
As I figured it would.
It's like a very sweet mojito with licorice notes. It's pretty good. Try it. Like you get a really sweet mojito, and then the Ojen is kind of mid to back tongue. If you get what I'm saying.
Like those tart notes from the lime come through first. And then that anise flavor sweeps right in right behind it.
Right. What would
It's a start.
you say it's a start, so I'm going to ask you a question about something off camera. I see you have Saint Germain sitting over there. Were you going to use it?
I thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, no, because I figured it would make it too sweet.
Oh,
And I also didn't want the flavor from the elderflower to fight the anise.
okay. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. What would you call it?
Right now, I'm gonna go with an Ojen Mojito.
Sounds about right. I actually thought that should be the name as well. An Ojen Mojito. Simple but effective. Trying to think if there's anything else I would add as a garnish, but I think you did the right thing with just mint. Keep it simple yet effective.
And like I said, you can tone down the Ojen, like go a quarter of an ounce instead of half an ounce. That may actually play a little bit better.
You used a half an ounce?
Yes.
I'm thinking you should go down to a quarter of an ounce. Not that anything was wrong with half an ounce, but yeah, definitely go down a quarter of an ounce. Because the Ojen is definitely the dominant alcohol as far as
The flavor.
as far as flavor goes. But with that said and done, that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you're notified of all content coming to the channel. Also check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram. What else we got?
If you have a particular type of spirit or liqueur, I was gonna say a weir and a bind, but it's beer and wine.
I thought you were gonna say weed. Actually, I was gonna say
that's for other channels. You guys go to Dr. Stoner for that. But, if you have anything like that, some type of snack, brunch, a drink recipe, a dessert. If you guys are paying attention on our Instagram, you saw all of the stuff that we particularly flavored and favored. I'm mixing up my words. Mm-hmm. But there was flavor in those things that we favored. But if you have any of that, and especially if it's obscure or restricted to only your town, let us know. Hit us up in our DMs. Share it with us. Tell us how to get it. Maybe send it to us if you can. You know.
That goes for locations as well. If there are any places, you know, like distilleries, breweries, restaurants, bars, things like that you think we should go to, let us know. We want to be a judge for ourselves if they're good.
Exactly. We did a lot of things while we were out of town this weekend.
Yeah.
This past weekend, I should say. And we didn't even get to do all of the things that we wanted.
Exactly.
Shout out to Chris Wallace, who is bartending over at the Jewel of the South down there in the French Quarter. Mm-hmm. He gave us a list of a lot of places that we can visit, and we did go to a couple of those places, but we also missed out on some of those places as well because there was just so much to do.
Exactly. And you know, like I would say that his recommendations were pretty good. That also, you know, we even found places that we went to on a whim.
Exactly.
I don't even think you got pictures. No, you couldn't have.
You couldn't.
There was no photography.
Yeah, the dungeon.
Yeah, that was a place we just went to on a whim. It was a hole in the wall, and I was like, and I like going to mysterious things, and we enjoyed ourselves there. That was just one in a ton of things that we did in New Orleans. But places we didn't get to go to, Sazerac House, we were trying to go to there. We had planned on going, and there just wasn't any time.
Palm and Pine.
We wanted to go there too. That was on the list. But a couple of places we did go to, Hotel Monteleone. We definitely made time for that, and I'm so glad we did because everything, the way it worked out so perfectly for us to get there. We really enjoyed it, and of course, outside of the Tales of the Cocktail that never happened, the main reason we went, you know what it was.
Dragos.
Exactly.
I thought you were gonna say Acacia Seafood, but that too.
Dragos and Cajun Seafood. Yeah, though if we hadn't gone to both of those places, the trip would have been a waste. But you know, those are just examples. And like I said, you know, over at I'm sorry, I'm blanking. What's his name? I'm blanking.
Jewel of the South?
Yes. Over at Jewel of the South, you know, we corresponded on Instagram with them before we came down, and you know, they told us come on down.
And we tried a lot of cocktails out there.
Yeah, if you seen the pictures on Instagram, you saw all the cocktails.
I'm just gonna say this: every cocktail was as far as I'm concerned, either a 9 or a 10 out of 10.
Yes, he did his thing. He did his thing behind the bar, and that's all. That was the best we could ask for. We even had dessert there, and that was pretty good. But that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. And until next time, everybody, peace.